Meeting to order at 5:57. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
All right,
Everything's good?
pretty good.
Alright. Awesome. So, let's see here. Approval of minutes for October 22nd, 2024. That was Bill and I. We had to push those back last meeting. So I make a motion that we approve minutes for October 22nd, 2024 as written.
I second that.
All in favor? Perfect.
I will motion that we accept the minutes for November 12th, 2024's meeting.
Seconded.
Okay.
All in favor? Perfect. Caught back up on that. Oop, somewhere, can I have yours? Somewhere.
Yeah, I've got two.
You got mine, alright. Alright, so we just looked at warrant number 29. Expenses, $151,609.98. Checks, 15782 through 15799. Receipts of $721,838.11. Receipts 762 through 1015. Percentage of the 2023 real estate taxes collected to date is at 95%, and percent of 2024 real estate taxes collected year to date is at 54%. Before I offer up open session, I just want to repeat what I did last time, that if you speak at open session or comment while this meeting is underway, it is a matter of public record, so it will be most likely be in the minutes, because Norma takes really good notes, and it will be on video, just so everyone's aware. We've had some people, ask if things could be edited or deleted off the videos, etc. in the past, and no, it won't be, so. Just so everybody's aware. With that being said, does anyone have any topics for open session?
You do, don't you? On my wife's camp, her and her brother, their camp on Pleasant Pond.
Mm-hmm.
We filed an abatement on it. I don't know if that's gonna be brought up tonight or not.
Yeah. I did not see that come across our,
She handed it in the other day,
And it was just,
last week.
right, so we haven't heard back from the assessors yet.
Oh,
Because it goes to Paul, the assessor, it doesn't come to us.
oh, okay.
Okay.
So
So we
it
should,
was
I'm
just,
just gonna let
it
you-
was forwarded to him last week when you brought it in, but we haven't heard anything back from
Yeah,
him yet.
I was just gonna let you know somewhere what was going on
yep, go ahead.
and whatnot. My brother-in-law done a lot of checking on it. And then when she and him went to the meeting they had down here to the school, the guy got kinda ticked. Oh, yeah, the guy got kinda ticked off because it's so overtaxed. So then my brother-in-law got doing some checking and handed them papers in there a week ago.
Mhm.
And it figures out that camp is overtaxed, 111,000, overtaxed. The guy, that's all he could say, he told them, was he was going on the camp that a Morris Ellenwood owned, which was on the front side of the pond, which has got a beach to it. It's got a garage. It's a four-season house. It's got a paved driveway, artesian well, and a surge system. This camp is just a shell, sitting on center block. So, and he's using that for an example, just because it went for 300 and something thousand. Now, that's just a little ridiculous. It's a good thing I hadn't gone, I'd have asked him, I said, what'd they do, give you a license to steal? To jump somebody's taxes like that? So he checked in on some other camps and everything. And supposedly on 2 or 3 camps around, the taxes on them are only taxed like 54,000 on basically the same camp and same size lot that is. Now why is he using that camp? Just because it's on that pond, no black road, no sewer system, no running water, no blacktop driveway, it's only a 2-season camp, you might as well say. You know, wiring's all exposed, never finished off, no heat,
Right.
you know, and go from 119,000 to 223,000. And then he gets mad because what they had to say about it. You know, I mean, I call that a license to steal if you ask me, but nobody asked me, but I'd tell him, I'd have told him if I'd have been there, whether he got mad or not. Just like a number of years ago when we done the last tax evaluation, the guy come and started giving me a hard time about my building, but you won't be paying a lot more tax, this bond's worth this bond's worth that. I said, you got your checkbook with you, mister? He said, well, why is that? I said, you got your checkbook with you? Yeah, I got a checkbook with me. I said, get it out. I said, you think them buildings right there worth so much? I said, I'll cut the posts off and brace it all up, and I said, I'll give you 30 days to haul them off. But I said, you're outrageous.
Right.
He got kind of mad, and I said, well, you can take it as it is. And then he wouldn't go in one band. Well, you got cement through all your band. I said, I don't either. I said, let's go out and check. Oh, no, I ain't going to no band. Well, I said, why don't you do your job then? If I said, that's what they're paying you for. I said, what are you gonna do? Come here and steal taxes from me? I said, I work hard for my money just like a lot of other people do, but I said, you ain't gonna steal tax money from me. I said, that's ridiculous. I said, if it's a matter of going to court, to go to Portland, take it to court, I said, that's what I'll do.
Just for clarification, is this the same evaluator that you're
The-
speaking of?
Same company, wasn't it?
Same
Company, not the same guy.
same company, but the guy that came this year to our place was a different guy than the one that was doing all the camps on the Pleasant Pond Road. I asked him about that, and he says, no, that's a different guy that's doing the evaluation on the camps. And then I said, well, back along, I said, here, not too many years ago, I said, the reason they started jumping the taxes over there, I said, is because it's a year-round road. Well, I said, a year-round road has nothing to do with that. I said, that camp has got its own little association. They chip in a little bit of money every month or every so often to fix the roads up, you know, and do whatever they need to do and whatnot. I said, we get absolutely nothing. Well, it's a year-round road. I said, you're missing the point here. I said, we do not get nothing from the town on that road. I said, the people that got camps in there put a little money in the till. I said, they take care of the road. And I said, that's all the reason why you're jumping the taxes so?
And it doesn't go to every camp either.
You know?
The road to our camp is not plowed.
Right.
You can't get there in the
But,
winter.
but the town don't plow no road, they don't do no maintenance.
No,
I mean, it's all done by
personally done.
the people that own the camps there. One or two are many, you know, which everybody puts in a little money supposedly in the fund, so if they need gravel or, you know, some top stuff there to go to make the road better or do any ditching or anything, it's all done by
Right.
the little association, you might as well say. But then when you talk to somebody like that guy there and he gets all mad, you know, then you can't talk to him, you know, I mean, I told my wife it's a good thing I didn't go, I guess, but,
So I'm guessing we'll probably see that sometime next week, I would imagine.
I mean, I don't mind paying taxes if it's fair, but when you overtax that much and then they're using someplace it's a year-round house with a blacktop driveway, a garage,
I mean, this is under a quarter of an acre.
yeah.
Right.
It's all right if you videotape me.
Yeah, we got it. We got you on video. We'll see what the abatement says when it gets back from
Yeah.
Paul's office. Anyone else have anything for open session?
Yeah, I have something now. Yeah, the Kelly and Bob's, trial date is, Friday the 13th of this, the 13th of December. As of now, it's the same as before with, Bob Stewart being at 8:30 in the morning and Kelly at 1:30 in the afternoon. I talked with Tammy today, and she's gonna get that rectified, hopefully, so that they're both appearing at the same time. And also, I will ask Tammy how she wants to handle the petitions and letters that we've gathered.
Kristen? RSU 10 report for us?
Here you go, Nora. It's so
Oh, thank
easy.
you.
I know, it feels like forever since I've been here. Early October, Mount Valley Middle School, which houses grades 5 through 8, was closed down. The superintendent made that decision due to some ongoing mold problems. Some testing had taken place over the spring going into summer. Some remediation had taken place as well, but it wasn't enough apparently, and so with some tests that were done in August and September by an industrial hygienist, air quality tests were done, it was determined that they were just going to close down the school. So a public forum was held a few weeks ago up in Mountain Valley so that the school board and the public could come and ask questions and just hear a little bit more about the severity of the issue, because there had been some ongoing questions as to, well, maybe a wing of Mountain Valley Middle School could be used with a bit of mold remediation and just enough to house at least one of the grade levels. But after hearing from the industrial hygienist, it became pretty clear that no, that wasn't going to be doable. So since then, the board has been meeting on an almost weekly basis, which is why I have not been coming here, to try and determine the best plans for getting the students back to in-person learning. So these 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders have been in remote learning since really the beginning of October. So they had, September in class, and then they've been back to COVID era learning for the last almost 2 months now. And what has been determined now is that grade 5 will be resorbed back into Rumford Elementary School. So Rumford Elementary is one of the schools that will be closing down once the big community school is built. So the community school will be ready about a year from now, and that will encompass pre-K all the way up through 8th grade, and that will be right where the middle school currently is, on the same bit of land, but we've got about a year trying to figure out what to do with 4 grade levels. So grade 5 will be resorbed back into the elementary school in Rumford. Grade 6 will be moving into the former Mexico Police Department, which ironically used to be a school back in the day. The Mexico Police Department, what's it called when it's no longer functioning?
Defunct.
There you go, no longer functioning, defunct.
Yeah, they
So
just shut that down this fall, right,
they
or this
did,
summer?
yes, they did. They didn't have enough of a police force to keep that going. So there are renovations that need to take place there. And again, lots of meetings have been ongoing to try and work out all those details. There's a food pantry there, the Good Shepherd Food Bank. They've got certain specifications, so stuff has to get moved around. We were going to have a meeting last night, a special board meeting, but because the town of Mexico did not yet have the lease presented to RSU 10, there was no point in meeting. So we're still waiting on that. And that big deliberation really took place between the town of Mexico and the school board at the Buckfield High School, the meeting that we had there. November 20, no, this is not November 20, 2 weeks ago. The date was, I don't know. So the 14th, I think it was November 14th. So if anybody really wants to know what's going on, go on the RSU 10 website for the YouTube channel. All of this has been taking place in the last few months. Not every meeting has been uploaded. There have been some unavailability of the tech department, which I'll go into in another minute. So let me finish this thought here. So grade 6 will be moving into the former Mexico Police Department. Grades 7 and 8, which was one of the first decisions that was made, will be housed in Mount Valley High School in the prior industrial arts wing. I went to that school, and 7th and 8th grade was there during that time too, so it's kind of funny to me to be thinking like, oh wow, they're doing that again. But renovations have to take place there as well, so nobody is in classrooms yet, and I know the superintendent was hopeful that the kids would be able to be there by now, but it's just, things are hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. So let's see, I said RSU 10 channel. There has been a significant point of deliberation surrounding policy titled BED, which is remote participation in board meetings. Due to a procedural concern, it's going to come back to the board at some point. I don't know if it'll be on December 9th, which is the next board meeting up at Mount Valley. But again, if you want to follow what's going on, I recommend the Western Foothills RSU 10 website, and you go to the YouTube channel. And sometimes you have to choose the other one because not all of them are listed in the one. That will really get you caught up to speed, or you can talk to me. And the renovations are going to be paid for mostly by the Department of Education money, which is a piece that superintendent didn't really have available for the board throughout this process, and it's a question that I kept asking, like, show me the money. And so once it was determined that we would be leasing out the Mexico Police Department, if that was in fact a viable option, then we were told the Department of Education had some contingency funds, which I think means if for whatever reason the school was not ready yet and the kids need to be moved, like maybe if they had to bulldoze the school to finish the building of the other one. I'm not exactly sure on all of what the contingency funds were about, but it's a sizable amount of money, so that's what we were told anyhow. So the next school board meeting is December 9th at Mount Valley High School. Those are at 6:30. And the next board meeting to be held in the Zinsket region is February 10th. So if anybody would really like to have more input as far as what's going on with these meetings. At this point, you cannot, remotely participate in a board meeting. You have to go there in person. And right now, we have one chance every 2 months to go to Buckfield and give comment like you guys did today. But if you cannot make it to Rumford and you do want comment read, you can always get me your comment. I can read it for you, or you can send it to the superintendent and she could read it, or you could just email the entire board and that wouldn't necessarily be read, but there's been a lot of emails that have been going out with all of this, you can only imagine. So please feel free to reach out to me or anybody else if you have any questions or concerns, or directly to the superintendent. So are there any questions? Like a big update. All right.
Awesome. Thank you. Planning board report, Mr. Jeffrey.
Good evening. Planning board, we're continuing its discussion on updating to the ordinances. I just need to sit down with the ACO when he has a couple minutes to discuss a couple of changes to the dog ordinance. We also got word from, I don't know if you recall, 2 weeks ago, we discussed, we were waiting to hear from the mobile home park.
Mm-hmm.
We've since made contact via the CEO, so we're moving off in a good direction with that. So
good.
We have no concerns there for now. While we're talking to the CEO, is there any headway that we've made on determining a new CEO and or funding to pay for one? I know right now in the works, we have a budget for like 13,000, I believe. We were wondering if the budget committee has had a chance to kind of take a look at the finances of the town to see if a number is can be increased to help sweeten the pot, so to speak, to find somebody. So I know there's like two parts to that question.
Yeah, so how it was
Five.
he's at 5, right? Yeah. So it originally it's been 5 for a number of years or what have you, and 2 years ago, just before we were elected, the budget committee wanted to go to 20,500. What was it, 26? It was $20 an hour, basically working on a 20-hour work week, so whatever the math is on that. And because LD1 didn't pass, we had to put the axe to a bunch of stuff. So that's where the 13,000 or 13,500 came from.
Yeah, we'll cut it back.
Yeah, we cut that back to that. But Fred's still only being
He doesn't even
5.
take that. Yeah.
No, he takes the 5, and he has said if we, move in another direction, he would help train somebody, or if we just find somebody, he's not really hung up on this as like a full-time gig, obviously. So yeah,
I'm not trying to show him the door.
No, I hear you.
I'm just trying to be proactive.
Yep.
This time of year, it's hard for him to get up here in the evenings for our meetings, as you and Bill well
Absolutely.
know.
Yeah.
So.
Brandon.
So I do plan on approaching Fred. I was supposed to by the end of this week.
Okay.
I committed to Norma that I would, but it has been insane on the animal control
Yep.
plan.
Yep.
But I do plan on approaching him and seeing what all that would entail.
I didn't want to say it out loud.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not something
I
for
appreciate
you.
that. Yeah, no, I figured I
So
should
you are
speak up.
interested in
I am
potentially?
interested. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just October. I don't want to dive too much into it because I cut on your time. But it fell into a black hole. Was catching up on that, and
Sure.
then all the cold calls this week has been pretty crazy. But
Yeah.
I do
Okay.
plan on it.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
And has there been any consideration for updating the comprehensive plan via a committee or just, I guess, a group of people that volunteer the time is the same as a committee? So.
Right. That hasn't really been discussed a whole lot.
Yeah, I know we're due.
I know we are due, for a number of reasons, but yeah. The ability to apply for any type of grants or, not grants, but bonds, all that stuff,
So I guess specifically in the comprehensive plan, when it comes to planning board and the approval of greater expansion in the town, that would be the opportunity for the town to kind of come up with its plan for moving forward. So what I'll do on our end is I'll put the word out to anyone on the planning board who wants to pony up some more time to maybe form a committee with a group of people, at least get a couple names together and then present that forward if that's something that the select board has to approve prior to people actually making progress on something. But I think specifically, like I said, the planning boards, I know the comprehensive plan is a very large beast, but specifically getting something in for the planning board side, I think would be good for the time being. At least get something put on paper so it can be added, even if it's an ad hoc. And that's all I had. Saturday, the entire planning department and Norma went down for a site visit on a property just off of Main Street on Pleasant Pond, and that's it. That's all we got.
Cool, thank you, Jeff.
We have no report from Doug today, but last report was everything's going good and that they're under budget or on track with their budget, so that's good. Mr. Corson, roads report?
Roads report, there was not much to talk about. I think we pretty well wrapped things up for this year.
Yep.
My tractor's been broke down, but I just got it back today. So our grader's broke down, so I'm gonna try to go around and try to get some of the major potholes back, drag them out, just before it freeze up.
Yeah.
I believe that's coming next week.
Yeah, Sunday's 17 for a low, I think
Yeah.
Sunday, Monday, so.
So
If they
next,
ain't graded up by Friday night,
Well,
you're probably, you know, it doesn't.
we'll see what
Right.
it does, but they're not real bad. I know like they had concern on Berdine Road. I'd like to add some gravel in the hills up there, so if the weather's right, we're gonna get up there and do that. And I would like to do some, I just got a load of, hot top delivered, patch, so I would like to maybe put some out on, Fields Hill, on the shoulder that's really bad there, just to help the plow trucks a little bit better there.
Yep.
So there's a few things I'd like to neaten up before it freezes
Before
up
it's
if I
done.
can.
Yep.
That's about it.
I haven't been down Gammon Road, is that great?
Yeah, so, yeah, I had, Alfred, brought his little grader down and graded it all up for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that came out pretty good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Good.
And, so the plans are, we'll talk about it in our road committee, but getting the rest of it ground up, and I'm pretty much told the fellow that, Bonnie Road is a go.
Yeah.
We just gotta make the decision whether we're gonna do
That section.
Gammon Road, we still got plenty of money in there.
Yep.
So,
Alright, I'm gonna try to get a roads committee meeting together for
Schedule
sometime next week.
yeah, I said sometime between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah.
And, he was all fine with that, cause I need to
Okay.
give him an answer, so.
Alright, if I can't get enough people together next week, we'll try to get the week after, but,
Okay.
so that's what we'll plan on that.
Okay.
I'll text you whatever I come up with for a date.
Okay.
Brandon, you're up again.
All right, back at it. So October, I finally got October recreated and was able to show Norma a little bit of the new system, which has a whole lot more functionality. Any of you guys can log in and see what I've been up to. If you have any questions about specific locations or anything like that, you can see full call logs on all of it. It's pretty detailed and easy to navigate. So last month we had 2 trips to the shelter. One of them was for a stray cat. The other was a German Shepherd that was surrendered off of Barrows Road. He's a little aggressive and not manageable. So Harvest Hills helped us out, got him out of the community, and we're trying to get him to a better home. And there was a total of 13 calls last month, and totaled 410 miles. So it's quite a bit moving around. I did complete a bite quarantine from September, and then did a full bite investigation and quarantine towards the middle of October. So I've got dogs that bite.
Right.
I got a question for you, Brent.
Yeah. There's a couple more things too, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, so Harvest Hills is having a ACO luncheon on December 5th, and I kind of wanted to get permission from you guys to be able to attend that, since I would have to log mileage on it. I can't really afford to go out there on my own for something like that.
Okay.
And I'm sure you guys are all pretty aware of the puppies that have been at large recently. Those are from the Abbott Pond location.
Yep.
Some of you are pretty aware of me trying to help home a lot of those puppies due to a lot of back and forth and some enforcement that had to step in. Ultimately, 4 people backed out, replaced those 4 people backed out. So there's still 4 puppies on that property. So if anyone has any ideas on how to get them out of there,
Okay.
they're gonna require a lot of patience. They're not socialized, they're not trained, they still can be amazing dogs, but they're 4 months old and don't have any socialization yet.
Right. So that all the ones that were gone are now at least
They're
back.
doing good, yeah.
But they're back. They've been missing, right?
No. So the 4 puppies that took off, I still have 2 at large.
Okay.
I have a trap set up somewhere right now, and they were caught on camera twice in that same location. So we're hoping to have resolution there soon.
Cool. That kind of led into my question, because I've gotten a call from 5 different hunters that were complaining about them sitting in their stands and having the dogs hot on the.
Yep. I have received reports of them hunting. Game warden has received at least one of those reports and has responded to the area. As far as I know, the warden advised them not to take the dogs down just because they didn't want to deal with any of the backlash. But I mean, if these dogs are hunting deer and they're like, I have given him leads and tie downs to keep these dogs contained. So there's no reason for them to be at large like this.
Do you remember the name of the warden that you?
I have it in my log, I'm
Cool.
pretty sure, but
Cool, if I could just get it from you
Yep.
later, just to.
Yeah, and so he does, the 2 summons have been issued there.
Yeah.
And I heard from one hunter recently on Facebook and told him to send any game cam pictures they have of these dogs on other people's properties, so that can all go to the DAs as well.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Alright, forms, reports, correspondence, abatement, adjusted building valuation, adjusted land, table to include access adjustments.
Yeah, we got one for Dave Songcrant. And the other one for
Adjusted.
I think they just got out of the camera.
Brandon, you'd all set to go to that Harvest Hill thing as far as we're concerned.
Okay, cool, thank you.
Cool.
Heading that way.
Oh, you trust me too much. While Bill's going over that, upcoming events, just to let everyone know again, the dog licensing began October 15th. All dogs 6 months and older need to be licensed with proof of rabies vaccine presented at the time of licensing. Unaltered dogs fee is $11. Spayed or neutered dogs fee is $6. The mandatory late fee of $25 in addition to the standard licensing fee will be charged for each dog after January 31st, 2025. Just a reminder, the town office will be closed November 28th and 29th for Thanksgiving. There are 3 openings on the Board of Appeals, and the Planning Board has 1 alternate opening still available. So with all that, does anyone else thought of anything else for an open session, or any other questions, comments, concerns? Yes?
Can I just say that December 7th, which should be Saturday, is the Ladies Auxiliary Lights for Love Town of Sumner Christmas tree lighting that starts at 4:30. And there will be free cookies, coffee, hot cocoa, and soups are free this year as well.
Awesome.
So the
We
whole,
have to pay for those?
No.
Wasn't before? Was it $1 or something?
yeah, we had to pay before, but it's free now.
You better bring more cupcakes.
What was the date? What was the date
So if
again?
any of you ladies.
December 7th.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry, I'm half deaf over here. If any of you ladies auxiliary folks are watching, I will get out there this week and get that Christmas tree cut down for you.
You're supplying the tree?
Thank you, Joel.
I think the tree farm's supplying the tree, but someone's got to go cut it down.
Oh, I
and
got you.
Bring it here.
All right, with that being said, we are going into executive session pursuant to 1 MRSA 4056A. It has been a year, so we are doing personnel annual review. So, you guys can all stick around for the outcome of that, or you can go home and enjoy your evening.
Okay, I motion that we enter executive session at 6:33 p.m.
Second it? All in favor?
Alright, I motion that we come out of executive session at 8:37 PM.
Second it. All in favor?
In favor?
Alright, so I make a motion that we adjourn tonight's select board meeting at 8:38 PM.
Second, hold up 1 second. Alibi, this announcement that we have elected to
Correct?
to keep our clerk. She's done a fantastic job. We're thankful that we've got her with us for another 3 years.
And the assistant clerk.
Correct. Alright,
All right. Now.
so now we're still 8:38.
All right. I second the motion.
Alright, all in favor?
Meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned.